Good morning, good morning, good morning. We would like to welcome you to our 23-24 parent meeting. We want to welcome back all of our returning parents, and we would like to give a extra special welcome to our new parents. Welcome.
If you are on this YouTube link right now, we would like for you to scan this QR code so we can know that you watched this video. And we're going to give you some great information for the upcoming 23-24 school year. So first, I would like for you to meet your team. This is the Fab Four, the best to do it. ASU ETS, I'm Callie Evans. I'm the director of the program. We have Miss Jonita Coleman, which is the academic success coach. We have Miss Jordan Davis, who is also an academic success coach. And then we have Alexandria Graham, who is the office manager. Like I said, we're the Fab Four. We're the best to do it. So if you ever need anything dealing with the program, you can reach out to either one of us to help you. All right, so today, this is what we're going to cover on this meeting. First, we'll talk about the history of TRIO. Educational Talent Search is an entity of TRIO, and we want to be able to inform you all what that is. We'll also talk about what ASU ETS is, the services we provide, what we need and expect from you as a parent as well as from your child, our Swish Playbook, how long does your child stay in the program, the 23-24 dress code, as well as who to contact when you have questions or you need help. So this is the history of TRIO. It is progressive, meaning it is going to continue to grow, but it began as a part of the President Lyndon B. Johnson's War on Poverty. The Educational Economic Opportunity Act of 1964 established an experimental program known as Upward Bound. So I know that a lot of you all are familiar with Upward Bound. So that started in 1964. Then the following year in 1965, the Higher Education Act created Talent Search, which is our program that we're going to discuss today. Special Services for Disadvantaged Students, which is now known as Student Support Services or SSS, was launched in 1968, authorized by the Higher Education Amendments, a part of the Educational Opportunity Programs. So by the late 1960s, the term TRIO was coined to describe these federally funded programs that encouraged access to higher education for income eligible students. So it's named TRIO because it started off with three programs: Upward Bound, Educational Talent Search, and Special Services for Disadvantaged Students. All right, so what is ASU ETS? We are a fairly new program. We just completed year one of our program, and this is the first educational talent search program here at Albany State. So we're super excited to provide resources and just different activities for your children. So, Albany State University Educational Talent Search is a federally funded TRIO program that is committed to supporting and guiding students in their pursuit of higher education. So, if your child is interested in furthering their education once they graduate from high school, this is the program they need to be a part of because we're going to help them along that journey. Our program currently provides services to students in the Dougherty County Public School System that attend one of the targeted middle and high schools. I think Ms. Coleman is going to, no, I'm sorry, Ms. Davis is going to cover the target schools for you once she speaks. Our students have the potential to succeed in post-secondary education, but may need assistance in accessing educational resources and information. So we're going to provide those resources, and it's free of charge. Like I stated, ASU ETS is 100% grant funded, making it free to all participants. So the activities that we do, the resources we provide, the trips we take your children on, they're all free of charge. All right, so what services do we provide? As you can see on the right, these are some of the activities that we took our students on and trips that we took our students on this past year. So the services we provide are academic support, ACT, SAT prep, mentoring, financial literacy, college application completion, FAFSA completion, scholarship assistance, STEM Saturday, college tours, cultural experience trips, workshops, webinars, professional development, and career exploration. And in my opinion, this is a lot, free of charge. So it is I would just say it's a blessing for us to provide this for your children, and we're just so happy that we're in the position to do this. Okay, so what we need and expect, the three C's. We need the three C's from you as well as your children. We definitely need commitment. We want to make sure that you and your child participates and engages with the sessions and activities that we have planned. So anytime we have any workshops that's going to take place in school and out of school, we would love for our students to participate as well as the parents because, say for instance, if we have a financial literacy workshop, that's going to definitely benefit your child, but that'll also benefit you, especially when it's time to apply for FAFSA. We have to make sure that you understand what it is that we're teaching your children so that you can help them along their journey towards graduation as well. The second C is communication. Help us to understand you and your child's needs, respond to us, and read emails. So I think we are doing a great job of communicating with you all as far as getting information out in GroupMe, through emails, text messages, and we want to continue to do that, but we also would like that reciprocated. So if we're sending you information about what's going on, we would love for you to let us know what's going on with your child. So if your child may be struggling in a particular area and they need tutoring, we won't know unless you tell us, or your child. So definitely communicate with us so that we can better assist you and your children. The third C is collaborate. Partner with us and other participants and families in the TRIO program. So, in order for us to assist you, we want to collaborate and let you know. So, say for instance, you have a child that goes to Westover, they're able to collaborate with a child that goes to Doherty that may be struggling in the same area, but now with the collaboration, they can help one another and say, well, this is what worked for me in this class at Westover. Maybe it can work for you at Doherty. So just being able to work together and collaborate to exceed our goals. Also, we are implementing our parent and student advisory board to help with that communication. So, if there are any parents that are interested in being president, vice president, secretary of a parent advisory board, that can be able to get the information out to the parents, give ideas on different trips or activities that they would like to be implemented in the program, that would be great, as well as the student advisory board, which will be great with communication because we're all adults and the students communicate on a different level. So I know that students can understand students. So if we have a student advisory board that can communicate what their needs are, we can better serve them.
Mhm.
All right, now I'm going to throw it over to Miss Davis.
Thank you, Ms. Evans. Hello, parents. My name is Ms. Davis once again, and I am super excited to work with you and your children in the upcoming school year, the 2023-2024 academic year. So the first part of my slides are about the Swish Playbook. And as you all can see, Swish is an acronym that stands for Strategies and Workshops, Igniting Success and High Achievement. So this is a new approach that we are rolling out for the 23-24 academic year and potentially beyond. And it is just all about making sure that your participation in our program is very intentional. So in the previous year, we noticed that a lot of our students and parents only typically sent their child, or students only really attended our slam dunk events, which is what we're calling it now. And those are our college tours and cultural experiences. And while we do want students to definitely come show out at those, and we want to have large turnouts at those events, we also want to recognize that the academic events, our professional development events, and our character building events are very, very essential to your children's success. And we'd love for them to show out just as much as they do at those. So this is basically how the Swish Playbook will operate. It is a tiered system, as you all can see to the right, and it comprises of our free throw events, 2-pointer events, 3-pointer events, and of course, our slam dunk events. So what will happen is, in order for your child to attend one of our college tours or cultural experiences, they must have attended one event in the free throw category, one event in the 2-pointer category, and meet all of the requirements that you all see in that 3-pointer category. So just to break that down a little further, the free throw category events consist of one-on-one sessions that myself and Ms. Coleman will roll out and complete at our service schools, as well as in-school workshops. So the free throw is just that. It's something that we're just giving to students. As long as they're in school that day and available to come to our session or workshop, then they'll receive their point for the free throw. The next tier we have is our 2-pointer. So those events include school-sponsored tutoring. So if your student's particular school offers tutoring, that is what we're talking about. And we are also hoping to roll out our own tutoring program in September. So either of those would be acceptable. Also, we have our community service events as well as our community events. So if your child does volunteering outside of our program, that's awesome. However, we also attend community events as well. This past year, we attended an autism awareness walk. So for that instance, that would be something that's considered acceptable for a student to receive a point for the community service or community event. And finally, we have our ETS workshops, and those are the events that take place away from the student's school. So they would typically take place on Albany State's West Campus in any of our buildings here. And lastly, for that 3-pointer tier, we have that students must complete all of these or meet all of these requirements, and that is passing 5 or more of their classes. 5, we're just considering that to be the number of classes students typically have. They also have to be school administration recommended or receive recommendations from their school administration, and that includes everyone from the teachers up to the principal. So if any of those individuals say that the child is not ready to attend one of our events, or they need to stay in class because they missed a few things and they don't want to have them fall behind, then we're not overstepping those individuals, and we're going to say that the child can just hold off on the slam dunk event that we're having. And last but not least, we want students to be ETS approved. Now, ETS approved just means that your child has exhibited exemplary behavior on our previous trips and during our previous events, and we feel like their maturity level is up to par to go on one of our slam dunk events with us. Now, if a child is not ETS approved in the beginning of the year, it doesn't mean that they will never be ETS approved, because we do want to recognize that students grow over the course of the school year. So that can definitely change. And that is pretty much what students have to do in order to attend our slam dunk events. A few questions that we typically get when this is presented are, what if my child is not in school that day? And also, how will I know when my child, or how will my child know when to go to attend a one-on-one session or an in-school workshop? So to answer that second question, we will let you all know when we're coming out to the schools, and then your child will hear their name called on the intercom by the secretary in the office or whoever is calling out their names, and they'll know when to come to us. If your child is not in the room, we'll be sure to let the administration know, or whoever called them out, let them know, hey, we noticed that this student was not in our session, and we just wanted to make sure that they're in school today so they can come. And that's pretty much how that works. That is the Swish Playbook. All right, and my next slide, how long does my child stay in the program? So lucky for us, we are with your babies from 6th grade to 12th grade, and we're really excited about that. And then we also continue to track them until they graduate from college. So with our first graduating cohort this past year, we have them inside of a GroupMe message. We also follow them on social media just to keep in touch, and keep track of all that they're doing and their successes. That's a really, really great thing that our program offers. Additionally, I do want to cover the target schools that we have, which encompass the Dougherty County public school system, emphasis on public schools in Dougherty County. And those schools include Albany Middle School, Mary Acres Middle School, Robert Cross Middle School, Radium Springs Middle School, Doherty Comprehensive High School, Monroe Comprehensive High School, and finally Westover Comprehensive High School. So those are all of the schools that we serve in the Doherty County Public School System. And we do want to talk about if a family relocates or if you all are inactive for 3 months, the result is the same. So if your family relocates out of the Doherty County school system, Doherty County public school system, then your child will become ineligible to participate in our program. It's not that we don't want to love on your baby from afar, but it's just that these are the schools that we serve and these are the schools that were approved in our grant. And lastly, if we notice that you and your child have not participated in any events for a duration of 3 months, then unfortunately, your child will also become ineligible to continue in the program, and both the parent and student will be notified. All right, so now I'm going to pass it over to the coach with the most, Coach C.
Hello, hello. As she mentioned, my name is Miss Coleman, and I am going to talk about dressing for success. As you can see, especially our returning parents, we have a lot of changes coming to our ETS program for the 23-24 school year, and all of these changes, they're put in place just to make our program that much better than it was last year. And so, one of the things we're implementing this year is a dress code, and I'm tasked with sharing this information with you all. So as you can see here, first we're going to talk about our off-campus sponsored events. Off-campus sponsored events are going to be the culture experiences that we take the students to, as well as any college tours or any type of event off campus, even if we're participating in a community service or anything like that. If it is a program sponsored event, the following dress code will be enforced. That would be the graduation matters or an approved ASU ETS t-shirt, khaki pants, closed toe / heel shoes, open face sweater or jacket. Now with the t-shirt, as you all see on the I guess that's your right, um, side. I'm sorry, that's going to be my left side. We're going to make sure all students have the Graduation Matters t-shirt. We know that a lot of our students got them on last year, but our students that are new to the program that have not attended any events with us, you will be distributed your t-shirts at our first event. Also, we may design a new t-shirt, and so that's why we added an approved ASU ETS t-shirt, because we may have a second design coming out. But again, those t-shirts will be free of charge to the student, and we will make sure those are distributed. With the khaki pants, a few questions that we had in our last meeting about the uniforms were, can they do khaki jeans, or can they, there is no variation from the uniform bottom. They will be khaki pants. No jeans will be allowed, even if they are khaki in color. So the image over on the right, you see a pair of khaki cargos. They may also just decide to do just a pair of basic khaki pants, and that's totally fine. But keep in mind, there will be no khaki jeans allowed. Closed toe / heel shoes, those are going to be pretty much, in a nutshell, a comfortable walking shoe, meaning we're not expecting students to show up in Crocs. We're not expecting the bubble slides. We're not expecting the Nike slides. You must be in a closed toe and heel shoe. And again, that would just simply be a nice tennis shoe or a comfortable loafer or something of that sort. The open face sweater is put in place so that we can always be able to spot our students when we're at events. We do know that our students enjoy wearing hoodies now, but what happens is when a student is with the group and they have on a hoodie and they veer off from the group, it's kind of hard to notice that we have a student that is veering off if they have on a hoodie and not the bright yellow Graduation Matters t-shirt. Things that are going to be prohibited is going to be any shirt not specified, bottoms not specified. If your child has on open toe / heel shoes, there's no hoodies, no distressed clothing, no bonnets, do-rags, hat, bandanas, or sleepwear. Keep in mind that the dress code is going to be strictly enforced. If a student shows up for a off-campus event and they are not meeting the dress code guidelines, the student unfortunately will have to return back home or be returned back to the school, and will not be able to attend that event. And if you all have any questions about the dress code, what's allowed, please reach out to us via email. And as we are going on trips, we will constantly remind parents what the dress code for that particular event is to prevent anyone from showing up and having to be told that they cannot attend that event with us. Now we're going to move on to our on-campus events. So our on-campus events are a little bit more lax because we are on campus. However, we are asking students to not, these are the things they're not allowed to wear, not to wear any apparel that may have any type of sexual suggestion or expressions, no profanity, obscenity, drugs, alcohol, tobacco, or anything that will degrade the integrity of the individual or the group. This is pretty much the same thing that they asked them to do in high school or middle school. So we're enforcing that as well. Also, no tank, crop, sleeveless tops. When we say tank tops, crop tops, sleeveless tops, this is just a little thing I want to input for our female students. Crop tops include anything that shows any of your midriff. So if we can see your belly button, you don't need to wear it to any of our events. There will be no leggings, no jeggings. I also want to add in here, no workout attire, because I do know that that's something that's very popular now with the young ladies. So no workout attire. There will be no low riding bottoms, no open toe or heel shoes, distressed clothing, bonnets, do-rags, hat, bandanas, or sleepwear. Those are the things that will not be allowed. Now, what they can do, because again, we are on campus and we are a little bit more lax, we are allowing them to wear non-offensive t-shirts. So if they want to do a graphic tee or something like that, as long as it does not pertain to any offensive type of language or graphics, that will be totally fine. With the bottoms, there is going to be a strict enforce on knee-length bottoms, and the reason for that is because in the past we have noticed that some of our female students, their shorts may be a little too short for here on campus. Please be mindful that we are on a university campus. Classes are back in, students are everywhere, and again, we're on a university campus, so our students here are older, and so we want to make sure that our young ladies are dressing appropriately. So please, if they're going to wear shorts, they need to be at least knee length. Also, again, closed toe and heel shoes. And the reason we're stressing about the closed toe and heel shoes is that that's just for a safety precaution, because we don't ever know what is going to happen, and we don't want something to fall off of a table or something of that sort and the student is hurt. So that's why we're asking for the closed toe, closed heel shoes. But those are going to be our dress code for the on-campus events. And again, if you have any questions, please reach out to us via email. And again, we will be each time we have an event, we'll include the dress code on the flyer so that you'll know exactly which dress code you need to adhere to for that particular event. The next slide is simply our contact information here. Should you need to reach out to any one of us, you have our office numbers as well as our cell numbers and our email addresses. I would like to let you know that if you are trying to contact someone in particular and you cannot get them, please feel free to reach out to any of us, because we can help any of our students or parents. Also, Ms. Davis and I have targeted schools. However, we don't want that to deter you from reaching out to the other. An example of that, I currently service Monroe High School, Doherty High School, Albany Middle School, and Radium Middle School. And Ms. Davis service Westover High School, Mary Acres Middle School. And is that it, Ms. Davis?
And Robert Cross Middle School.
And Robert Cross Middle School. However, if you are trying to reach me because your child attends Radium and you're unable to get me on the phone, or you're unable to get a response from me via email, feel free to reach out to Miss Davis or Miss Evans, and they can answer any questions that you may have or get a message to me. So again, make sure you take down that information, because again, communication is one of our C's. So we would love to hear from you, as well as just making sure that we stay in contact so that we can help the success of our ETS scholars. And then the next slide is about getting connected. As you all know, we have a very heavy presence on social media, and we take pride in that. We are constantly posting daily. I mean, we're all every day we're posting something on social media, just so that you know. We are on Facebook, of course. We also do some things on Twitter. We are definitely popping on Instagram. Okay, we are trending on Instagram, and we also have a YouTube channel, and we also have Pinterest. So if you have not followed us, if you have not shared us, we are asking that you follow us on all social media platforms, and don't forget to turn on your notifications so you are notified each time we post new content. And also on our YouTube channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. But again, we would like for us to all stay connected. And I'm getting ready to turn it back over to Miss Evans. But before I do that, I would just also like to add that parents, if you know of any resources or anything like that that our students or our program can benefit from, we're asking again, we're going back to one of the 3 C's. We're asking you to communicate that information with us so that we can get it out to our students and our parents. But that's a wrap for me, and I'm turning it back over to Miss Evans.
Thank you so much. Our Fab Four, I swear, we the Fab Four. We're amazing. So thank you so much, Miss Coleman and Miss Davis. So right now, this is the time for you to send questions in. If you have any questions or concerns, please email them to ASU ETS at ASURAMS.edu. So, of course, we went through everything. So, if you have any questions about what we just discussed, please make sure you go ahead and send those questions in, and we'll email you as soon as we receive it. Also, for students that are currently in the program, there are 4 forms that must be completed in order for your child to participate in any activities or attend any events. So that is the permission form, the behavior contract, the medical form, and the needs assessment. Those 4 forms, all 4 forms, need to be completed in order for your child to participate. So over the next 2 weeks, we'll be contacting all of our parents to inform them of the forms that are missing. So there are some parents that maybe completed 2 out of the 4 forms or 3 out of the 4 forms. We'll be calling you and saying, hey, we have these 3 forms, you're missing the medical form, so please send that over. Also, when we contact you, we'll be sure to include the link, so that way it's easily accessible. So again, those 4 forms are needed for participation in the program. In order for us to go on a field trip, we have to make sure that we know the medical information for your child, because we don't want to be on the road and your child has asthma and we had no idea. We want to make sure that we're prepared and your children, are safe in our hands. So please make sure you get those forms completed. I think that is it. Let me stop sharing. So, Ms. Coleman, Ms. Davis, did you all want to add anything?
No, just welcome.
Yes, welcome. And thank you all again for tuning in to our parent meeting. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, you can contact any one of us at any time or reach out to our program email account, which is asuets@asurams.edu. Until next time, have a great one.
Bye.